what's gonna happen. It's about to begin. I remember what the drunk donkey told me when he said, son, don't fear. Mike's where the page life is about to begin. Then he's gonna tell you about the wind and the rain.
Alright, we checked the house, everything's good.
Gonna tell you which way it's
Side of the
going.
hotel's all tore up.
If it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news that they try to hide. Just click on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. Well, there'll always be some haters, but they don't understand that Mike's got a friend and 100,000 more across the land. Well, if you want to know it first and you want to know it right and you want to have time to plan, Drunk Donkey Nation tells your friend, Mike, he's your man. Then he's gonna tell you all about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you if it's gonna be a storm or if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news others try to hide. Click on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. Yeah, here at Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nation Pride.
All right, hey, good morning, everybody. Happy hump day, whatever that means. Hump day. All right, let me flip on the old boob tube. Hey, there we are. We're live from Oldsmar. Welcome. Welcome to our little city. This, of course, is footage from Ida. Not Idaho, Hurricane Ida, when I was up there just a couple weeks ago. 2 weeks ago almost now. Well, it's more than 2 weeks ago. So good morning, man. Yep, here's the puppy. It was funny today. I went to get him. He ran that way. I go that side. He comes this way. He was like, didn't want to come to dad today. He was all hyper. But he's snoring. That means he's happy. This is Hunter, by the way. Good morning, everybody. Diane, I got the chat open up. What's up, Eric? Good go Rays. What's up, Callie? What's up, Steve Murray over there? Lord Andrew Yoha, what's up, buddy? Down in Miami. I'm hooked on Cocaine Cowboys, by the way. Down in the South Florida 90s. So we're going to talk about the tropics. This is Mike's weather page. We ramble on. So if that's not your thing, you might want to leave because I will ramble for an hour. We'll talk about all the tropics, all the weather, everything coming up, and all the possibilities. We got Invest 95, Invest 96. We have leftover Nicholas. And all that good stuff. Of course, we always start out by thanking one of our big supporters, ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, located. Now, this is what the inside of the store looks like. I always show the outside. This is the inside. It's paradise. What do you think, Hunter? We'll show Louie now. Louie's getting jealous. But anyway, big thanks, ABC. Big supporters of us. But if you ever wonder what the inside of one of these awesome stores look like, there you go. Shop till you drop. That's what I always do. Usually it's about $200. Never go into a Publix when you're hungry or an ABC when you're leaving town on a Friday. Because you'll buy a heck of a lot more than you planned on. All right, here's Louie, by the way. Here's the tropics map. We're going to talk about what's cooking. We got Nicholas still causing havoc up north. What's up, Rich Hall? What's going on? Got storms in the northeast for sure. We'll try to touch on that a little bit. That same frontal boundary that pulled up Nicholas is causing some storms in the Northeast today. Somebody just called you cute. It's like the what the hell is that movie? I'm cute. What movie was that? The Red-Nosed Reindeer movie. Rudolph. When he says, I'm cute. Somebody said about Bahamas. Won't be there. Bahamas, none of these systems are going to affect the Bahamas this weekend. So, Cheryl, well, let's talk about that. We're going to talk about Pam Hunter. What's up? Morning. Hunter. She got your last name. Are you guys like a couple and you didn't tell them? Oh, no, she's got Hunter's last name. I'm all messed up. Eric, yeah, we're going to talk about the red spot. We'll talk all about that, trust me. So, pretty wet in southeast Louisiana. Yes, William. It sure is. Surf coming Virginia Beach. Heck yeah, Friday, Jay Lauren. Big surf coming from Invest 96. So, Nicholas not doing a U-turn. Nope, David. I don't think that's possible at all. Nope. Gonna die a slow death. What it might do? I still kind of do it. I do a lot of web stuff. Google-based search engine stuff. Not as much as in the summertime. My summer gig is like Jimmy Buffett when he says, I love my summer job. I love my summer job, Louis. I love doing the weather. Sometimes it's like you can't take a break at all because your brain has to be in tune 100%. Otherwise, hey, John, good morning from the Cayman Islands. Sloppy Bob. Sloppy Blob. What's up, Richard? Yeah. All right. So we are going to talk about Nicholas first. And Julie did the dishes yesterday. So we're washing the Louis cup. So I had to whip up the backup, the Princess cup. Don't judge. Yeah, Louis got a little bit of snorting, but not a lot. All right, here's what we got. Let's talk real quick about Nicholas. So Nicholas is mainly a rainmaker now. Believe it or not, the core is somewhere here, maybe a little north. Still tropical depression, kind of sloppy. Big old blob of tail down south. Going to be bringing in all the rain the next 2 days, and some of this rain is actually going to hit Florida tomorrow. So that's mainly what's left. We have a little bit of graphics here. Pretty much all we got now is the dot where it's at and this rain map. That's all we got. That's all the other products are not being posted anymore. So if you see an old Nicholas graphic from the Hurricane Center, this is the only one that's still active. But orange, 6 to 10 inches. 6 to 10 inches possible still today. Extremely small parts of Louisiana, but really Mississippi now, lower Alabama, and in the Florida panhandle. Big rain still coming, 6 to 10 inches. So not over yet. Flood potential map shows this now. Let's take a look at that. Still a pretty good chance of flooding here today. So be alert out there. It's, red is moderate. Pretty good chances we're going to see flooding rains from Louisiana all the way to the Florida panhandle. And the other thing to note, we have chance of tornadoes today, as we always do with these squalls coming in off of the Gulf. So we got a pretty good little marginal threat from Louisiana to the Panhandle. So that hasn't changed either. And what they're talking about is the remnants of Nicholas will move slowly eastward. Low-level boundaries, instability. Scenario will allow for possibility of long duration risk for a few tornadoes. So there you go. So, watch for tornadoes. Squalls out on the Gulf Stream. All right, so that's what we got. But look at the long range radar. Like I said, we're gonna see another round of stormy weather, even for the Florida Peninsula today. All this energy is slowly drifting east. We'll take a look at that. Let's see, we got 25 hours. We can look at least a day here. So here's the rains today. This is noon. Another band of rains through Louisiana. Heavy action across the Mississippi, Alabama, Florida there. And then tonight, 5 o'clock. Let's go to 5 o'clock. Here's 5 o'clock. More heavy rains for Louisiana. More heavy rains pretty much the same region here. We got this action slowly getting close to the Florida Peninsula. Overnight, midnight. Here's midnight. Tonight, look at that. Heavy rain still across a big chunk of the Florida Panhandle, now stretching up into Georgia. This is kind of an old frontal boundary. This is the same thing that's tied into what's going on in the Northeast. In fact, we just got this posted from the National Weather Prediction Center. Let's pull this up. This is fresh. I saw it on my Twitter feed. Training thunderstorms with rates of 1+ inches an hour. So this is all connected to that front now. Look, so that's Tennessee, unfortunately. Tennessee, Kentucky, northeastward. All this just got posted. So again, we got flooding chances going on right now still today. But again, this is all tied to this frontal boundary here that's pulling action. And there's our storm threat today, all the way up to the northeast. Again, we can see some nasty weather for the northeast from this frontal boundary. You can see it kind of on the radar, setting up here, stretching up, and that's going to pull all this that way. So there's what we got for that. Leftover Nicholas. Here's real quick the storms today. I'm talking about isolated tornado across the northeast states to watch out for. So that's later today. East Tennessee gonna get rain. Heavy rain, Claire. Yeah, you're in the New England area. Cool. Nice to know we have folks up that way. No more Henry or Henry. Can't remember how to say it now. Henry, right? Henry with an I. All right, so there's that. Let's talk about these other invests because everybody's anxiously waiting. Are we streaming live on YouTube? Yes, we are. Cool beans. All right. All right, so we have two invests out there. We have invest. Let's talk about the Far Atlantic one because that's what everybody's really amped up about. So here are the latest 12Z models. Let's pull it up here. Let's slow down. I'll talk about this here for a second. This is on Tropical Tidbits. Let's zoom in on it and talk about it. Okay? So we're going to talk about it. Oh, the launch tonight. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Lil Wayne. I love that one. Lil Wayne, Lotta Wayne. That was Stephanie Stokes shared that. I saw that on her feed. Weather launch is going to be interesting. I don't know. I mean, we'll look at that here in a little bit. All right, so this is the lowrider. This is what everybody's worked up about. There's a lot of gloom and doom out there talking about a United States hit, but let me tell you, it's impossible right now to know. We have so much going on out there in the weather world with steering currents. So that's your 5-day map from the NHC. Anywhere in that circle we could have tropical depression or storm form. That's what that means. Anywhere in that general yellow or red hatched areas where we could see a system form. Not necessarily a track, it's just in that area. Timing still puts it around the 20th here, 19, 20. That's still 5 days away before it even enters close to the islands. Now, Invest 96 here could linger around enough to induce shear and allow a pull a little to the north. We talked about that a lot yesterday. That 96 can actually be a player in this whole mess, possibly. Now, if this stays weak, which the CMC is showing, it'll trek a little bit more south as a weaker tropical wave. And if it's slower, this effect won't matter as much. High pressure will build back in and, seal it off. So a stronger, faster moving 95 likelihood will pull up a little more than a weaker, slower moving 95. So that's the scenarios I'm going to show you. But here's the latest spaghetti models. These are 12Z. They just came out. You can see that slight pull northward. And for some reason on Twitter, especially, I posted a pull upwards, and all of a sudden people assume that means a recurve. And nowhere does the word upwards means recurve. We have a lot of people that watch us in the islands, a lot, in the Virgin Islands too, all these islands. So a typical, system that doesn't pull upwards does that, right? So when I say upwards, I'm talking about this slight, track to the north, possibly missing a big chunk of the Lesser Antilles. So now what it does here, that's what we're going to have to digest. But again, it's so many days away. All right, so let's look at all the individual models. There's the latest spaghetti models. This is Invest 95. They call them Invest because they're areas that are being investigated. They start every season at 90. When they get to 99, they reset back to 90. So it's 90, 99, then it starts over again. No reason, just what it is. This is Invest 95. Invest 96 we'll talk about here in a little bit. Invest 96 is the system closer to the East Coast. Here's some ensembles. Latest European ensembles on Weather Nerds. Look at that. Euro is highly confident of an upwards bend. And I'm not going to say here. Here. What's up, Bill Lauderdale? What's up there, Ray? St. Thomas. Wow, that's cool. Mobile getting rain. You got a lot of rain coming down in Mobile, Laura. A lot more coming. Florida is not out of the woods. Listen, no one knows. No one knows. We're talking a system too many days away to put any bets. I'm concerned with the 7 days, next 7 days first. All right. So anyway, European showing that. GFS a little bit more, little scattered, but the GFS is showing that same scenario, right? The brighter colors are a stronger system. Stronger system more up, weaker system more west. Typical. And the models are showing that. Notice nothing runs far enough yet. This is 10 days out. Look at 240. That's 10 days. Long way away. 10 days out. That's a week plus. It's still not even going to be close enough to the U.S. So much can change. An irresponsible Mike years ago would jump on one run and play it, and then it would probably change a bazillion times. And if I found one run that showed hit in the United States, I would gain like 1 million likes. And I learned that too. I don't do that anymore. All right, so that's the GFS ensemble. So all right, so let's go to weather. Let's go to Tropical Tidbits. TroubleTidbits.com. And let's take a look at all the latest. We'll start out with the 6Z runs. We might as well kill two birds with one stone here. So we're going to show 96 at the same time. So here's Invest 96. Why does that? Oh, I don't have the right link on that. Darn it. I got to fix that. I don't have my page open yet. I have to make me a note. Make me a note. Got to fix it. Fix link. Fix 96. Hey, that rhymes. Fix 96. TT. Tropical Tidbits. TT. So here you go. This is Invest 96. So when we look at the models here, we're going to show this too. Notice though, high confidence 96 stays off the East Coast. Big wind, big surf, big rip current. Friday, Saturday, weekenders, North Carolina northward. Obviously, it's going to be a rough seas, but at the same time, we'll show that on these models. So, all right. So, GFS, we're going to go slow time now. Here is our little system. Our system is technically south-southwest of the Cape Verde Islands right now. Week development, here we go. There's, this is Thursday, Friday. There's our 96. Here's 95. Now, the latest GFS strengthens it into a possible hurricane. This is Sunday, the 19th. Starts to pull north a little bit, just a little bit, enough that the Virgin Islands are watching. Northern Lesser Antilles for sure. You know, here we go. This is the 21st. Now, weird thing happens here. Puppies are just standing there. What are you guys doing? Go lay down. Don't snort at me. So interesting thing happens here on the GFS. We have a little system pops up here at the last second. This is not 90. This is not 96. But the interesting thing to show here is this high pressure system, right? So we're not showing on the GFS anymore the East Coast system that the Euro is going to show. Let's timestamp the exact timestamp now on the Euro. This is the 19th. Let's go right here. So there we go. There's the 20th. All right. So the 20th on the GFS. Notice this. This is slower, and this is moving out faster. So the GFS is saying a slower 95 and a faster 96 allows the high pressure to build back in. And that's been the common thing we've been talking about a lot is the high pressure, the Bermuda high, when it builds back in, will determine a lot. There is discussion of a upper level low, a tut. Very hard to predict those. Too many days away to go all in. All we're going to look at here are steering currents. But the latest GFS shows it getting closer now to the East Coast. Not a direct hit, but it actually cuts the gap between Bermuda and the East Coast. Now, a lot of this is because whatever this thing is, the GFS is showing a weakness now in the high, retreating a little bit, and this following that. If that doesn't materialize, high pressure remains, then we could down the road. Now remember, long diehard MWPs know that we've been talking about a little bump, and then the possibility of another bump is not out of the question, depending on high pressure building back in. So I never wrote this system off. If I did, send me the clip, because I never did. This is the latest GFS. Let's go to the overnight 00Z. 00Z is kind of showing that little weird thing that popped up, but look, it doesn't. Now, this is the 22nd, same time frame with yakking about for 5 days now. What's up, Bobby? There's our girl, Hurricane Harbor. This is 22nd. Notice that bump to the north. Doesn't mean a recurve. This is next week, 7 days from now. The question is going to be, this high pressure system, where the heck is it going to be? If it's strong, which it has been strong this year, you know, we have fronts coming, yes, but, you know, oh, it gets so close. So that's close enough to watch. So, you know, that's close enough to watch. Irresponsible to put that out there yet. We're more talking about 7 days right here. Like I said, we have a ton of people that watches. Oh, I always hit the sounding button. Wouldn't be hurricane season without doing that. We have a ton of folks that watch us down here. So our first priority is them. And so far, the models have been showing a little bit of pull north. Now, let's go back to the Euro. Euro is showing a weaker system, faster system that kind of gets absorbed into old 95 I hate the 96. The East Coast system. But again, the Euro's been terrible this year. Terrible. The only time people show the Euro is when it shows a big bad model run. Then everybody's like, oh, the Euro's showing this. Because, yeah, it's hype. So anyway, all right, so let's look at some other models because I really don't like the Euro. All right, so let's go to the Icon. Now, let's see. We gotta go over here. Oh, the dust map. I don't want to lose that. Oop, the dust map. Got so much cool stuff to look at. All right, so we're gonna look at the Icon high pressures and low pressures. High pressure, low pressure Icon. Man, so Julie's air conditioner and her charger, right? $2,500, man, for an evaporator. And it's all labor. They had to take the whole dash apart. I did that once in my 85 Thunderbird. But these new cars, forget about it. No way. I've been sharing that. So the inside joke is they asked me if I had a car warranty. And I laughed inside. I'm like, no. All these car warranty calls was a sign that I should have got a car warranty. Because now we're keeping that car for a while. Because it's got new air conditioner. Because I talked about it yesterday, and I did not end up going in the Mustang, whoever pointed that out. Yeah, Eric, it's all your fault. I should have traded it in like you did. I waited too long. You can't buy them anywhere, though. That's the problem. You can't buy any cars. Okay, so here's the Icon. So we're looking at pressure. All right, so here is the 20th. There's a 20th. There's our low pressure, probably developed. Here is old East Coast system. So what we're watching on the Icon is, does the high pressure build back in between? That's the big question, because high pressure systems can slide back in around quick. And if it does, then we got possible trouble down the road. The OOZ runs a little longer. Here's 5 days out. You can barely see it, but it's there, the 20th. And see, it's trying to close off. See, so this is the 22nd. All of them are showing pretty much the same thing. Something here around the 22nd. That would be our system. The big question mark is this. If this goes that way, then high pressure is going to build back in. But if this comes back down, this might end up kind of going towards it. But, you know, we're seeing this trend here of possibly high pressure filling in the gap there, allowing more of a West Coast track. Nothing official, obviously, just down the road. All right, let's go back to, well, we just keep it right here since I got it all up right now. So here's the Canadian. Let's stop it right. You don't even see it. We can't see it very well on this model. We could see it on Levi's model a lot better. So let's go back to Levi's. So the Canadian showing a weaker system now, but it does this. Here's our system, staying a little lower, the 20th. There it is, clipping the top of the Virgin Islands there is a weak system. Weaker west. But you can see it right here, you know. That's kind of the thinking. So, you know, a pull upwards means not in the middle of the Caribbean. I need to choose my words correctly. But the Canadian is showing, you know, a weak signature here that this thing rides a little more west. Now this isn't developed at all. This is, but notice our old East Coast system too. So this guy is going to be a big player in the future of 95. So there's a Canadian. Canadian not showing much, but that's 10 days out. If you're wondering, 10 days is still not even technically here yet. 7 days out is very consistent. 7 days out, somewhere right here, next Wednesday, I'll put NXT next Wednesday. Next Wednesday. Looks like nerd. Word. Next word. nerd. So next Wednesday, this is pretty much where we're talking. Long way away, 7 days away. A lot can change. A lot of it's going to depend on Invest 96. All right. So that pretty much it for that. Here's your icon. You know, there's the East Coast system develops off, and it kind of comes down. Euro kind of shows the same thing. GFS shows that system getting out of here. See, this is typically what you would see. This you would see it race off like that. That's what the GFS is showing. That would allow high pressure to build back in and track more west. So a lot of it's going to be looking at future models for Invest 96. Now look, Invest 96, the majority of models are shooting it off. A lot of these are GFS based, but still we got one or two of that. So, you know, high pressure could likely build back in, and we could see a little upwards and then a little back to the west. So that is kind of what is cooking. Sal, James Thomas, yes. Rainy day, Katie Haley, it is. You getting rain today, tomorrow, and maybe Friday. Yo, hell, I know how you like Facebook, buddy. What's up, Richard Sanford? Good morning, buddy. How you doing, man? Like the green shirt. All eyes on high pressure. Exactly. I saw, I see some, Christina, I see some good car talk. Yeah, no, well, what's the chances? I still think Julie got rear-ended one time, and I think Julie, yeah, there was another wave coming after that one. Morning, Mike. What's up, Brian? She got rear-ended once, and I think it shook the car. I think it tweaked the evaporator. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Better than her back, it tweaked the evaporator. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right. Interesting stuff, man. So, in a nutshell, am I 100% sold on a recurve? No. No one knows. There's a lot of chitter chatter on Twitter about all these weird scenarios popping up. So all I can tell you is what to look for. So again, we have 95 and we have 96. It's a race, first off. Who is going to be the swim princess? The next name on the list, I can't even remember now. All I know is she was kind of cute. Odette. So if you had to have a sexy hurricane, you might as well be Odette. Odette's a hero. She's a legend. She's a swan princess, I think. Oh, that might be a different one. Oh, there's two Odettes. This is an actual real. This is like a princess Odette. Ah, they're in competition. Oh my God. We got two Odettes competing here. We have the mobile legend Odette. They're gonna have a standoff, man. Which Odette? Which one looks like it's gonna be more of like a wave maker? That's a swan princess. I thought it was a swan princess. Oh, there's two different versions of her. Oh no, now we're back to, I don't know. But anyway, that's the next name, Odette. Maybe it's the same girl, I don't know. And then the next name after that is Peter. I'm not much into comics. Tony. Sorry. I'm in Florida, whoever just asked, but we cover everywhere. Tropics everywhere. So we got Nick. We got Peter next. Now we'll leave Peter alone. So we definitely got Odette and Peter coming. Is Peter going to poke Odette? There's a chance. If Odette forms first, Peter might get her. Peter might end up merging with Odette. And that's all I got to say about that. But there is truth to that. All right, so here's everything in a nutshell. All right. So we know this. We know 90... My little button ain't working. Where'd my button go? All right, so we know 96 is going to do this. We know this little guy is likely going to do that. Right? Right. If this one does that, the likelihood of high pressure building back in would allow possibly more of a little bump like that as the high pressure builds back in. If whoops, what the heck, now I'm downloading screenshots. I didn't want to do that. Oh God, don't fail me now, Chrome. Oh God. Okay, we're good. It's warning me. Warning. All right. So let's start over again. Okay. If this is slower, weaker, gets to a possible tut here, and this pulls on out of here, then the likelihood of high pressure building back in increase too. A faster system, stronger system, might actually end up adjoining with Odette and not be a threat to the East Coast. But I'm saying this. I'm starting to see this pulling out, high pressure building back in, giving us that possibility of maybe a little more kick up and then a turn, maybe. And then we'll have to see if it reaches an approaching front or not. You know, it's all timing with these fronts. So the models are, you know, all over the place as far as intensity goes. The GFS is showing possible, you know, strong development. It is showing. So here's the deal. This upper level disturbance here. It's got to pass through this. This is some shear. Once it passes through this, then you know, you can see that on the GFS. We got a 985, crosses through that shear, but then it comes back to 980, 970, 950. So it's got, you know, it's got a little bit of rough road ahead here. But when it breaks on through the other side, you know, we'll have to see. Now the Euro is showing it nothing. It doesn't even develop it out here in the main development region, which is very odd. Now let's look at it in real time, because it doesn't look that bad. Actually has, then we're going to show dust. Everybody, I forgot about the dust. But here's a basic system out here. You can see it. It's got some spin. Let me just go ahead and show you the dust so I don't forget. Here's the animated dust map coming. So as you can see, watch it right here. So what we're focusing on is a couple things. We're going to focus right here, and you're going to see the dust kind of ride with it. See it spinning? So it's going to be carrying along a little bit of dust with it. This is, of course, the 19th right here. We're looking at the 19th. This has always been the same thing, 1920, right around this area. This is more later than the 19th. But then, you know, the dust kind of pans out a little bit and weakens. So in the short term, you know, it's definitely got some dust to deal with right here. A little bit of it gets injected in from the top side. But once it gets past here, then conditions become more favorable. And you can see that here right now. This is live, and right here is our system. And a little bit of this is getting injected into our end vest, a little bit. So, you know, as always, it's got a, you know, it's kind of developed a little moisture field around it. It's not particularly in a bad spot. Remember last week's system that came, or a couple days ago, our system that was, I can't even draw red on red, but right here. The higher the latitude you go, the more chance of this dust. Lower riders have a little better shot because they're below all that dust and they're in a little bit warmer waters. So that's why this one, you know, low riders, people hate the word low rider because other than being cool in the California days, low riders could sometimes be trouble. Let's see what else we were going to look at. I forget. We're going to look at more satellite. We're going to look at spinach. So vorticity, you can kind of see going on here a little bit. Let's take a look here. Remember, it's southwest of the Cape Verde Islands. So we got a very broad spin right here, very broad, but it's there. You can see it. Winds are, you know, coming in, spinning around. This is our spot. We go to 700 level, you know, a little bit, right? Pretty tight, actually. A little tight spot right here. It's trying, you know. Tight little vorticity right here. 500. Could argue it's kind of there. This general spot right here. So it's trying. You know, it's got a decent shot of trying. Let's take a look at this now. So this is 6.2. This is 625. That's all we're going to do. 625. So let's go to Weather Nerds. Take a look at exactly 625. And we'll see what it looks like out here. So let's zoom in. And we'll turn on the latitude, longitude lines. There you go. And we can turn on somehow. I got to remember not to scroll down. All right, latitude, longitude lines. So we're looking at, what was it again? 625. So 6. Doesn't look good. Yeah, that isn't good. So it's way up here actually. So this is, man, that thing is. So technically, let's see. I don't know. The big blob's 1320 27. So the big blob's 1327. Can you find it? Somewhere up here. So it's not really organized yet. Yeah, I guess you can kind of see it on the satellite. It's this very broad low. So there's actually two. I zoomed in on the wrong one. That's the one. But so that was 5 minutes of your wasted life. That's what I usually do. I'll sit there and nitpick things and. That's a weird little blob underneath it. I'm surprised it's even showing up, actually. Anyway. So, what else is cool? All right, so I pretty much put all the scenarios out there. No reason to worry right yet. No imminent signs of anything yet to worry about. Obviously, I would be watching close in the islands, particularly north side, as this appears around the 21st, maybe for impact, land impact, if we were talking land impact. And then somewhere around here on the 22nd. That's the trends right now. A lot of it's going to depend on that. And high pressure, and if it survives the shear ahead that's predicted. But that is so hard to predict. Long range upper air pattern maps never pan out. So So, hey, let's talk about the rocket launch tonight. Heck yeah, man. Let's do that. Because I want to take my drone up. Droneage. So the wind flow today. Yesterday was complete bust. Yesterday the wind flow was supposed to be east to west. Ended up not being east to west. It was all just west. It didn't do anything. All right, so, I like this. All right, so, here, look at this. So you can see the wind pattern, right? This is this afternoon, 3 o'clock. So 3 o'clock, we're starting to see clouds this way. We're starting to see them combine here. So maybe all this stuff will be gone. Let's take a look. Ooh, hey, look at that. That's good. What time's the launch? 8 o'clock? So there's 8 o'clock. We got a repeat pattern today. I think that's good news. True recovery. Yep, there's a lot more. And isn't there like, it's the abort zones too, right? Which usually it's off the coast of Carolina, I think, north, because the flight pattern is more that way. But anyway, for the launch at least, it looks good. So there you go. Let's say this, fingers crossed. But yeah, listen. So back to 96 is, let's look at the rain maps. Not seeing much at all with 96 at all. So other than increased wind and waves, it just doesn't look like 96 is gonna impact the East Coast much at all. You can see it. Maybe like Thursday, a couple outer bands could reach Carolina, maybe up into Virginia. But you can see this overall weather pattern. Everything is flowing this direction. So, it doesn't look like any sort of impact at all for the East Coast. Like I said, maybe some showers Thursday, but that's pushing it. Of course, waves. Waves are always the thing. We can look at that on the Euro real quick. We can go East Coast, look at the wave swath. Here's what it would look like coming in tomorrow. So here's Thursday morning. There's our system. So tomorrow the waves pick up. This is Thursday mid-morning. And here's Thursday night. Waves, some waves up there towards the mid-Atlantic. This is Friday. So Thursday waves for Carolinas, and then Friday they push up to the mid-Atlantic, and then Saturday our system starts to pull out of here. This is Saturday. It starts to sneak away. This is Saturday. This is Sunday. And here's our next little guy, 22nd. Look. So, all right. All right. Well, there you go. So there we go. I don't know what else we got. Keep seeing my name pop up, Shelly. It's freaking me out. Saw a lot of reports from Ida on Twitter today. Man, there's still some small towns that are dealing with some pretty serious damages still. The power map, too. Let me show you this real quick. Good news. Remember yesterday we were at half a million. Texas. They didn't have the destruction that we saw with Ida. So Texas currently has 119,000 without power. That's quite a bit. 24 hours now. Yesterday was 500,000, so they got a lot of power back on. But 119. Louisiana still got 71,000. Not terrible, but still 71,000 people. Obviously, if you zoom in on that more, it's the areas that were hit with landfall. So these are the counties dealing with it the most right now. And Terrebonne, I'm not even going to try to say these names. Well, I can say St. Charles. And then, of course, looking back at Texas, you could probably see, whoops, that's New Mexico. How the heck did I end up there? All right, here's Texas. And obviously where Nicholas made landfall. So 119,000, still a lot of people. But hey, look at that. Biloxi's Golden Nugget. Heck, man, that's where I was at. But definitely don't forget these storms. That's the number one thing I hear about is people forget the ones impacted the most. And Ida, I saw a video. I was trying to find it. It was really bad of a small town in Louisiana that showed almost completely destruction. But I can't find it. All right, a couple of things too. I just posted this on. I want to show this real quick. This was Steve Bowen. Well, I can just pull it up actually. Steve Bowen. Actually, a funny story. He doesn't know me, but his mother, was Emily's math teacher. He's a big dog in the weather world. So this is a cool graphic he put together with the season so far. And we've had 7 storms making landfall so far this season. Henri, it's an Henri. I totally forgot how to say it now. How could I forget? We talk about. It's like once the storm's gone, man, I'm done. It's I always Henri. I got it right. Henri. See, this is a pronunciation guide. I like this one. Look at Peter. P-E-E. Is that a joke? So they pronounce they got the pronunciation guide for Peter with P-E-E. Peter. But back to that Steve Bowen graphic. It's got all 7 landfalling systems so far. Mindy and Fred were almost exactly the same spot. So Nicholas was 75 mile an hour officially. Pressure 991. Ida was 150. Pressure 930. Mindy was 45 with a pressure of 1004. Fred was at 65, pressure 994. Elsa was 65 with a pressure of 999. Danny was 40. I don't even remember Danny. Because I forget these things. And Henri was 60 with pressure 989. So isn't it crazy that we could have a Elsa with 65 mile an hour winds, pressure 999. Henri was pressure of 989 with 60 mile an hour winds. And Nicholas had a pressure higher than Henri, but had 15 mile an hour more winds. That's why we saw a lot of the damages with Henri is lower pressures bring in tighter squall lines and more surge. And then we had Claudette, which formed over land, which is odd. I don't even remember that one. Man, I got a very in the moment memory with storms. I'm so focused on now that I don't really pay attention to past. But anyway, it actually, I remember it got named over land. And it was Louisiana too. God, how could we forget that? I forgot it already. I don't know. Let's see if we got a Wikipedia. Heavy rain tornadoes across southeast June 2021, leading to severe damage. It was a PTC. I remember that. It's all coming back to me now. These storms just take away your past memories. All right, so what's going on? All right, odd storms. Yeah, Larry, to read. So we got storms that are forming over land. The other stat that was really very intriguing to me. Let me see if I retweeted it. I think I did. Of the storms that gained strength as they approach land. That was another amazing stat. Shared by someone here. Let's take a look. Where the heck was it? I share so much stuff. Here it is. So Nicholas is now the 5th tropical cyclone that intensified at least 15 knots in the last 24 hours before landfall. So this year, Fred, Grace, Ida, and Mindy, and now Nicholas, 5 storms increased at least 15 miles an hour or 15 kilometers before landfall. So that's, 5 storms have increased on approach. So that was a interesting little tidbit. And craziness is that Nicholas was supposed to crash into Mexico, original forecast, and it obviously didn't do that. So expect the unexpected is what Big Brother says. So there you go. Lots to watch. Very curious on the track here of Invest 95. Remember, 22nd, it's going to be somewhere around here. That's 7 days from now. So in 1 week, the likelihood is going to be on the northern Lesser Antilles, possibly over water, but we're not going to rule anything out. But that general area, 22nd-ish. And what Invest 96 does is going to influence a lot of where 95 goes. So we got a lot to watch, really. Lots to watch. So the launch goes out tonight. Maybe I'll drive a little closer to see it. Sarah's bus was late again today, but she got on it okay. So I don't know why my phone keeps going crazy. Nothing really. All right, so Florida has a shield around it. Well, you never don't get too. Hey, let's look at the H-Wharf. We haven't done that in a while. H-Wharf is not really good on path. Good on intensity. But let's see what the H-Wharf is showing. Go to tropical tidbits. Look at 95, 96 actually. 95. We're looking at 95. H-Wharf is showing. Is this 95? 95. Doesn't go very far. Can't even see where the hell it's at. I got no sign of land or anything on this one. We can do parent model though. Here we go. Keep it a little more west. Got his little system behind it too. So, take it, again, focusing. Oh, there's my sounding. I always hit the wrong button. This 22nd, we got to watch. H-Wharf is not really the best model for path, but it's good on intensity. Well, anyway, all right. So that's what we got. Hope got a little something out of it, right? So big rain still coming in the short term. That's what we got. Here's current rainfall estimates through Saturday morning, early Saturday, mainly Friday night. So 6 to 10 inches possible across a big chunk of Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida. That's the big news. And, of course, watch for tornadoes today coming in off of the Gulf of Mexico. We can always have squalls developing real-time radar. Let's take a look at that real quick. Take a look at the Panhandle Mobile area, and we'll take a look here at what we got. Got a lot of warnings up. Whoa, not that again. Haven't crashed that in a while. All right, so here's radar mode. Here we go. Let's go right here. We'll go to there. So there's quite a bit of squally weather out there. A lot of marine warnings stretching into Panama City Beach already. Pensacola, Gulf Shores. And like I said, you got to watch all these coming in today. Tornado chances always high. Water spouts to watch out for. Let's go to Mobile radar. You can start to see. Actually, let's go over here to Florida here, and you can see this. So we do have, you know, pretty strong storms all the way across to the to where I was. That's another storm. Compliments of me. Let's zoom in. Since I left Mexico Beach, now you guys have had some crappy weather. Let's see if Tyler's down there. We can wave at him. There's where we were. So there's the Cape, Port St. Joe, getting some banding rains in from. Look at that. I mean, it's still got that tropical look. All these rains are kind of rolling in. Pensacola Beach, Pensacola, Pascagoula Run, Gulfport, Biloxi. Look at that. Not a bad looking system. Still, tropical depression bringing in some juice. Hanging around. All right, well, there you go. All right, did we see Greg today? No, I did not see him. John, have a great day. John, appreciate your email with the stars. They look cool. Megan says it's pouring in Pensacola. Yeah, I don't even drain my pool. I don't know why. I just let the kids go out there and splash around a little bit. It's so hot, it dries up anyways. Appreciate it, Lord Andrew. We love you guys too, man. We got a good crew. The Brew crew is the best. We are the secret little secret on the internet. For sure. Because I got dog bones everywhere. The dogs bring me all their bones down here. Look, I got 3 of them. 3 chew toys. Oh, I got hair all over them. These poor guys. Get the damn hair off of there. How can you guys eat that crap? Ugh. Gotta wash your bones for them. All right, cool beans. All right, so we'll be live again tomorrow for sure. 9:19 tomorrow Eastern. We'll keep an eye on Invest 95. 96 isn't really anything to worry about too much. So, and as always, you can support the page right here. We got a private little chat room and do some other perks. So click on the supporter tab. We got t-shirts for the Cat 5s almost done. I got the proofs today. Guess I can pull it up. I haven't even looked at it yet, but I'll give you guys a sneak peek. So we're looking at possibly a heather gray. I don't even know where the hell the email went. There it is. So here's one. Let's take a look at this one. See if it opens. Oh, that's green. I don't know if I like green or not. Ooh, that's too much green. I won't even show that one. Here's yeah, that was kind of neat. Might do this one. Here we go. There's a Cat 5 logo we got with the Brew crew. So I'm working on it. It takes time. And then this one, ooh, that was, I don't like that one either. I need to do a little darker gray. Darker gray, green, darker green. All right, but anyway, working on it. All right, hey, we'll see you guys tomorrow for sure. And have a good day. Happy hump day. Tacos were good last night, by the way. I shouldn't have ordered that last highlight because I don't remember much past that. But I woke up feeling good. So that's always a good sign. You know you didn't have too many when you wake up feeling good. We'll see y'all later. Have a good one. Cheers.